Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-May 2021 check-in. It's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. We're looking into the second half of May and possibly a little bit into June, as I know I'm a little bit late getting these out this month. But either way, let's hop into it. So I've already pulled some cards here just to get us started, save a little bit of time. So we have vision, we have inspiration in the reverse, and we have harmony. Now I also pulled some tarot. So we have the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Six of Cups reversed. So what I'm feeling here is like, it's almost like a process. Like I'm feeling like step 1, 2, and 3. But it's almost like they're all trying to happen simultaneously, which is making it difficult for me to focus on any one step. It's like I feel like there's a lot of importance or a lot of weight that's being put on something, and so I'm getting like a little bit of overwhelm here. So this vision card initially wanted to come up reverse, but somehow flipped its way right side up. So I feel like for some point there was like a lack of vision, or maybe not trusting the vision, or like the vision's constantly shifting, right? The way that you're maybe seeing the world and seeing your life, it's like maybe there's a little bit of self-sabotage there. With this Page of Pentacles, what I'm getting is that it has something to do about gratitude, what your resources are, what you're thankful for, as well as maybe your confidence, right? It's like, even if your world, it's like maybe you're afraid that your world's not really matching, or you're not matching up with the things that you have. So maybe a sense of feeling undeserving in certain aspects when it comes to what you've got or what you hope to gain here, right? And then with this inspiration and this Knight of Wands, I almost feel like there's this rush to do and to build something, but not really feeling inspired or motivated to take the action. I feel like what's being called for is a little bit of rest, a little bit of play. I'm also seeing, because there's the sun and this moon card, there's the sun and this moon. So in vision, there's the sun. Inspiration, there's the moon. And so it's like I feel like there's a huge, and there's a sun in this harmony card. So yeah, I just feel like there's a huge kind of I'm thinking either like toxic positivity, or like feeling the need to do and to take action when all you really need to do is to rest and to slow down at this time. So it's like this pushing, like driving energy, this force, and it's like, don't do movement for the sake of movement. I feel like there needs to be a bit of gentleness and presence in the way in which you do things. So having an embodied approach, I remember Aquarius, I was talking a little bit about that with them. So if you have any Aquarius in your chart, well, this makes a whole lot of sense. So with this harmony card and the Six of Cups in the reverse, I feel like maybe there are some things you have to reconcile with from your past, things that have made you feel unsafe in your present day. And it's almost like you're moving, the way that you're moving forward, it just feels like anything you do may be an unwise or unsafe investment, because you realize like you're looking, it's almost like you're looking in so many different directions, but you're not feeling inspired to take any action, right? There are a lot of different fears that are cropping up about any way that you can go, but it's all rooted in a lot of things that have already come to pass, that have already happened. So you're fearing things that haven't happened yet because of things that have already happened. And is that fair to you and your future? Absolutely not, Aries. So that is just something to take into account. At the bottom of the Oracle deck, we have fulfillment in the reverse. So there's this like sense of feeling really unfulfilled, even though I feel like your external circumstances are indicating otherwise. And then we have the Six of Wands here at the bottom. So it's like I almost feel like this sense of like never really feeling successful, never really feeling happy. Like there's a lot of discouragement and unease, probably because you're seeking validation from a space that's unrecognizable. You're seeking validation, but you're unsure where and why. And it's because you're not offering it to yourself. And so there's this seeking aspect. There's this yearning and this seeking that is unidentified in terms of like the root source of what that is and why it's needed. So that's one of the things that is your homework, Aries, is being able to recognize that. That way you can start being a little bit more self-fulfilling here, so you can then allow yourself the space to feel inspired, allow yourself the space to move forward and to feel safe and to feel like no matter what you do, it's the right thing. So trusting yourself ultimately. All right, so we have the Four of Swords, we have the Chariot. So again, lots of pressure to move, and the Three of Cups. Okay. So I feel like for some of you too, like you've existed and have had to adapt through many changing environments, places perhaps where you've been really vulnerable, or you've always been someone who's had a lot to learn in a space. And so it's like you've been through a lot of challenges, but have you ever given yourself the credit about what you've overcome? Or do you just continuously escape and chase something new and something fresh, not allowing yourself the proper time to rest and integrate and to actually discover the truth of these situations that may seem uncomfortable or that may have you playing the same roles over and over again? Here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So for many of you, it's like you have this belief that you have this belief when it comes to your fortune, right? When it comes to your cycles, it's like maybe you need to restructure that narrative, figure out a new story to tell. Like, what is your character arc here? Because maybe you've fallen victim to an idea of who you believe you are because you've never fully allowed a story to unfold and conclude at all. And so you still don't know what the next chapter is. And this is where you get stuck. And this is usually where you end up running away or escaping, right? So let's see what else is going on here. We have the Queen of Swords. All right, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, yes. And the Magician card in the reverse. So due to however you're feeling, you can feel very cold and detached at this time because of the amount of misfortune that you feel like you're subject to. It feels like you keep going through the same challenges and making the same promises to the universe, but it's not holding up the other end of the deal. And that's because you're trying to do too much to control what's going on and not allow yourself to recognize what's available to you. And so I feel like there's a certain amount of taking things for granted because you're so used to operating a specific way. And just because you're allowed to escape and to run from things doesn't necessarily mean that you're free from them, right? Because our past can haunt us, can follow us, our patterns repeat. And so instead of because since you haven't seen the full story play out, you feel like you're stuck within the same chapter over and over again. And so what is being called of you is to just remain still, allow things to unfold. Don't continue to judge the process, because I feel like there's a lot of judgment that is based off of a rubric of what what this perpetuating narrative is. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're not supporting the abundance that you have. You're not fully supporting and showing up for the things that are present for you in this moment. Those beautiful things that you can grow and you can build upon. And instead, there's just this whole, I'm going to judge my experience. I'm going to judge my experience about what's not there. And so your experience is only going to become based off of what's not there and not what is. And so it's unrooted, it's unrealistic. You're creating a space of illusion that you end up having different illusions or delusions about yourself, right? Which ends up ultimately feeding the ego, which then influences how we move and how we take action, and eventually affects our confidence and puts us in a space of burnout or helplessness that is really difficult to overcome. So outcome, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Temperance card, and we have the Fool. So I love that we're ending on the Fool. This is very much just new beginnings, allowing yourself to be more open-hearted. Whatever comes, and I will deal and adapt with it as I may. Spirit has my back, right? And with this Knight of Cups and this Temperance card, it's committing to doing something differently. It's committing to maybe changing the vessel or the container of what it is that you're experiencing here. Being able to rewrite the framework of the narrative, being able to maybe change the table of contents so it indicates a happy ending of some sort. And I feel like for some of you, maybe you have water signs, or you have like Sagittarius or someone that's assisting you and kind of helping you through this. Maybe even kind of I'm also feeling maybe some earth sign energy too. It's like someone that can be a very grounding presence to you, can also you being a little bit more grounded, innovating the ways in which you feel whole, in which you feel complete, what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel complete. Because there's also something about being okay with being incomplete, having that room for growth, and recognizing that that's a special space and opportunity to have. Here at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, this could actually indicate a man that maybe like, or a person that really gets your emotions kind of up and down whenever they come into your life, or that you think about them. This could also be someone who's created a lot of emotional insecurity within yourself that makes it difficult for you to separate how you move through life versus how you feel. Like the two are kind of intertwined and entangled. And so it either has you feeling super detached or like moving from a place of like emotional reactivity. And so the need to find the balance between those two in order for you to obtain this outcome here with this Fool card, this Temperance, and this Knight of Cups. So it's like being able to offer yourself the chance to do something differently, which inevitably opens up your heart to take new risks, new challenges, maybe allow yourself to move on to this next chapter, start a new book, begin a new story here. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Check your sun, moon, rising, and midheaven for more information. And I will see you all in June. Best of luck, and bye for now.